Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. And as you can see, today I'm cleaning some furniture. And I've done the cushions. And they're just slightly damp. And I did this chair. The arms were a little more grubby, so it's a bit wetter up here. I'm going to be putting a dry pad on there before I'm finished. But I wanted to just talk about, I'm using the pad system on this. Many would consider this to be VLM, very low moisture, and I actually can, typically with my extractor, when I'm cleaning with it, I can get dry times very close to what I would typically get with when I'm using this machine, or this system. Usually within an hour, 2 hours at the most would be the longest that a fabric would normally dry when I clean it with my hot water extraction with its total solution control cleaning head. So a normal dry time is about an hour, usually within an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes even less than an hour. But I just wanted to address one thing that I saw a video recently of somebody who was using a pad system, and they used a pump-up sprayer or electric, I guess it was an electric one, actually battery-powered one, and I've watched them clean before, and they call it VLM, but they take that sprayer and they just hose that piece of furniture down. It's just, I mean, practically dripping off and dribbling on the floor and then all over the place. And you can hardly call it VLM if you're using excessive amounts of water and solution to clean. So you don't need to use a lot of, if you're using quality cleaning products, you don't need to over wet the fabric, and getting it wetter doesn't necessarily get it cleaner either. That's something that over the years you begin to learn, I hope. Anyway, so I'm cleaning this. This is a synthetic fabric. I don't even know what it actually is, but it's, by the feel of it, there's a lot of probably olefin, and maybe it's olefin polyester. Pretty bulletproof anyway. But I'm just going to show you how I clean the chair, and I'll show you how much solution I'm putting on. And I'm using the Ryobi sprayer, and you can see I took the little stem off. It makes it a little easier to control it for up close work, which is where I would normally use this. And I'll just show you just how much I'm going to put on here. And I'm going to be cleaning this area rug later, so I'm not worried about getting any moisture on that. Around the outside, you don't need to put very much at all, of course. Or in the side here, because there's a back cushion that goes in there. The arms are where there would be greater concern. It's pretty wet there. Just the top of the arm is where the worst of the soiling is. That should be plenty. And I'm using my, this is the Black & Decker WP 900. It works excellent, nice and light, yet quite a well-made machine. And I'm using, these pads are for a spin wave floor, battery-powered floor cleaner. They work great. They have a kind of a, I guess you call that the loop Velcro side, and then there's a piece of Velcro that's glued onto the pad driver here. And these pads are microfiber. And I'm cleaning this with, there's Revive It Rocket in my sprayer, which is a neutral pH cleaner. I know a lot of guys are, well, some guys anyway, are cleaning using ammonia and everything. And the other day, actually, a few days ago, I did a sectional couch. I was using my extractor. There was one weird blue stain on this fabric. And so I put some, it was about maybe a 6 or 8 inch long stain with about an inch or two wide, like a smear of something. I'm not sure what it was, but I thought, oh, I'll put some ammonia on there. That's the only place to put the ammonia. And then I extracted it out a little while later, and I could smell the ammonia a little bit. It wasn't really very noticeable, but later when I was settling up with the customer, she commented, she says, I don't know how you can stand breathing that. It was irritated. She said it irritated her breathing when I was cleaning, and I realized afterwards, oh my goodness, that was the ammonia that she was smelling. Huh. Interesting. So, you know, we might be, if we're using those sort of things, which I very rarely do, we might be used to it, but the customer might not be used to it. You can get nose blind using something a lot. There's a stain right there, by the way. That's why I'm going over that all extra there, and it's coming out no problem. Just got something got spilled down between the cushion there. But anyway, yeah, the customer was saying how it irritated her breathing. It was very faint smell. To me, it smelled very faint, but it reminded me that we need to be aware when we're using products like that it's can be a real problem for people. At least, and may not even say anything to you about it either. You know, you're cleaning away, and in the meantime, they're in the other room, getting more and more concerned about what they're breathing, and they'll be thinking, I'll never get that guy back again. That stuff smells. Doesn't smell good at all. So most of my products are either odorless or very low odor. The Revive It Rocket has a very slight citrusy odor. It dissipates very rapidly. It actually has a deodorizing product in it. I can't remember what they call it, but it's very effective at removing odors. But it has a slight fragrance to it. Anyway, you can see how easily I'm able to clean this fabric. And the worst part of it is right up here on the arms. And when you're doing it with one of these type of systems, you've got to be very careful to watch for any wear or whatever on the corners. You can get too aggressive with the agitation, so be very aware of what's happening. So I'm going to switch out for another dry pad on this arm. It's a little bit damper than I like. So that's a dry pad. This is just a nice, light, compact, and very effective OP machine. I did replace the switch in here. The switch is a little weak, so I got a higher amperage switch in there. So it should last for quite a while. I think I've actually had a couple of years now. I did buy an extra one because they're not very expensive. I think 50 or 60 bucks. But it's a nice machine. I don't use it that much. I prefer to use my extractor usually, but sometimes it's just the right tool for the job. So okay, I just have to do the ottomans, and then I got a whole big carpet job here to do as well. So anyway, I'll let you go. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.